Okay.
All right, here we go. So we're going to start with the 8 vessels today. So we're going to do a couple of, maybe another couple of sessions just with the 8 vessels, and then we're going to go into the Dao Yi. So all the 8 vessels are in the Dao Yi, so it's helpful to learn them separately. And then there's this moving 8 vessel, which is slightly different than the ones that we've been learning. So we're going to start with just the regular 8 vessels today. So taking your hands to your side, let's begin with 3 pull downs. Inhale and exhale. And one more. And set. All right, so we're going to take the toes out and heels out. So our feet are about outside shoulder width apart. We're going to soften the knees and let the tailbone hang heavy behind us. So this 8 vessel practice is a fire and water practice. So in the winter we do this as well, and we hold the postures for a little longer. In the summer we kind of move through them in more of a form. So let's just learn them first again. So we're going to take the hands up. So taking the hands right in front of the thighs, we're going to sink into the heels. Inhale as the arms float. And then exhale, let them sink back down. So this is just going into the first movement of Tai Chi. Any Tai Chi, most of the Tai Chi forms. We'll start with this first exercise. Good. Now, as we rise up one more time, we're going to keep the arms there, just sink back into the heels and let the arms float open. So the elbows float out and the hands float towards the chest. And we want to separate those fingers. So it's like there's a little space enough space for maybe a marble to be inserted between each of the fingers. And you can notice maybe that they kind of reflect or mirror the rib cage. And the space between the fingertips is the sternum, and the fingers themselves represent the ribs. And the thumb and first finger kind of resemble the collarbone on the top of the shoulder girdle. As we inhale, let the belly extend through the back, the sides, and exhale as we draw the navel back and the perineum up. Now we will shift to that right foot and turning your left toes, either towards the right toes or maybe going as far open as turning the toes to the heels at 90 degrees. Somewhere in between that is fine. So shoulders are down and you're looking either straight at the wall, your right wall, or maybe just a little diagonal. But whatever your body is allowing yourself to do, you don't want to push or force anything. We also don't want the shoulders to be moving all the way around when our chest is still only pointing 45 degrees. So we want to keep this, we want to keep the fingers reflecting the rib cage. Your left knee is straight. Your right knee is bent, pointing to the screen, pointing over your toes. Not over the toes, but just behind the toenails. So the knee is over the foot, but not in front of the toes. Breathe in, breathe out. And your hip also, your hip is not pushed out, like we're not pulling it back and making all kinds of shapes with the torso. We want to keep the torso, the spine nice and long and lifted, but we want the hip to kind of be in line with that. So the hips are kind of going in different directions. And then we're going to lift that left leg and coming back to center. Exhale as we set the hands sink. Then as we rise up, we'll go to the left, bring the hands back to where they were, turning that right foot, rotate through the waist, and pushing that right heel down. And again, your left knee is pointing over your left toes. Your hip is not way back here. You want to keep it over the foot. Breathe in and breathe out. Now lifting that right heel, we're going to go right into separating heaven and earth into this curtsy kind of stance. So we're going to lift way up high on the toes, and you may step back with that foot a little bit. And we're going to tuck the knee under, but turn the right hip all the way in. So we're going to go like a corkscrew. And now take your left hand down the back of your hip. Your right hand's going to go right over the top of the head. So tuck your tail under, make sure that left flank is drawing down and not out. And then shoulders are down, your palms are open, right palm is facing that ceiling, pulling the fingers back, and left palm is facing the floor, again pulling the fingers up. Inhale and exhale, and then we'll switch. So we're just going to change the arms, whether you yin-yang the arms or just circle them. Make sure that right foot is now pointing to the front before coming down, pivoting on that left toe, ball of the foot, tuck your knee underneath and kind of sit. Keeping the spine nice and long, chest open. Now your left hand's over the crown, right hand is down along the side of your right hip. Inhale and exhale. Pull that knee right under your center, right under the pelvic floor. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now as we come to the center, turning those toes in and circling out with the arms. So we're going into ba. So the rotation at the hip, knee, and toes are all aligned. Knees always follow the hips, always follow with the toes. So we're going to roll back and then roll in. Actually, what we're going to do is the beginning, right palms are up, and then bringing in like you're hugging a tree. So the lower body stays where it is. Inhale, looking up, exhale, round, hug the tree. Inhale, exhale, round, hug the tree. Inhale, and exhale, round and hug your tree. Good. Now twisting like a rope. So all we're going to do is shift to the left first. Now I'm going to go around. So no, I'm not going to do that. Let's just shift to that left leg and release the right foot. So now it's at 45 degrees to the outside corner. Shift to the right foot and step around with your left. So as you do that, you come right off that right heel and you're wading into the front leg. Now you can stay high with this. This would be the easiest way, most safest way for your knees. Or if you feel pretty good and you're feeling pretty strong, those thighs are getting really strong with all our horse stance practice, you can kind of center yourself, even your weight over both legs. And then this right hand, or your left hand, I should say, is turning. Okay? This left hand or right hand underneath you is an open bear claw. You tuck the elbow in and point the inside of your palm towards the screen. And then we're going to move. It's going to appear like my arms are moving, but I'm moving from my hips and pulling back the left hip, right hip comes forward. Make a little deeper. That would be more of a level 2, 2.5. If I really want to get crazy, and go all the way back onto that. And lift, breathe in. And breathe out. And we're going to shift. So come onto that left foot. Step back. And then turn in with the right foot. Shift to that right foot. Turn out with the left, 45 degrees. Take the weight to the left. And as we step across, the right arm comes with you. You come right off that back heel. So this can be level one. This is fine. Try to rotate those hips a little bit, give the knee a little bit of a break, okay? So level one, then level two would be centering your weight over both feet. Squeeze those hips. So pulling back your right hip and the left hip is forward, level the shoulders. Level three would be just to come down and have a seat on that back heel. Bring the arms up, turn the light bulb, the left hand is underneath that right elbow facing the screen. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to come out of that. Inhale, step back and exhale to clear. Those are the hardest. All right, so take your first finger and thumb together, bring that over the head. Rotate, your feet are shoulder width apart. Rotate to your left and fold down towards that foot. Circle to the right foot. Come all the way up. Release that left heel. You're going to come over the head and sink down one-legged squat. Okay. Now, as I go over and push your right side of the waist rib cage towards that right wall, and we're going to flex that left leg. So sinking down, then open your right shoulder, side body, release the left down about chin height. So your right hand, the palm is up, fingers are down in front of your forehead. The left palm is open and kind of pushing. So if you were to think about this in a martial form, somebody would be kind of coming at you and you'd be pushing them away from their upper chest to their neck, kind of like lifting out. It kind of helps. I know it's not comfortable sometimes to think about the violent part of it, but it helps to hold the form, understand where the force is coming from. So you're kind of up and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now this thigh is probably screaming, and that's what you want. You want this thigh to be kind of on fire right here, building up, not the knees. So you want to, oh, okay. Now come back up. So rotating to the right, fold, flat back, over to the left. Now all your weight is now on the left side. We're going to rotate the waist over to the wall, bend your knee. Okay, so the right knee is also bent, but now we're going to flex it out and pull the toes up. Down with that right arm. So again, the thumb and we're open like that. Left hand palm is open, fingertips are down on the forehead. Roll the left shoulder back so you feel that whole side body expanding and opening. Breathe in and breathe out. Now sweep the arms back. Other side, go right into it. Open. Right side and then swing back. Over and go right into it. But now, as we swing over, just lower that right foot to the floor. See how that comes together? Now change your weight to the right, pick up your left leg, right into this crane stance. Again, right into the crane stance. Now I'm going to touch the left elbow with my right fingertips. Hands are open, palms are up. turn at the waist and reach behind you. This is pointing to the North Star. And as you get more and more balanced, when you lead with your eyes first, kind of look back there. Put your shoulders back. And leaning back with that left shoulder rolling back and down. Good. Now sweep. And pick up the right. Good, so now your fingertips of your left hand are just barely touching the right elbow. You're covering your left knee with your right toe. And then reaching back, turning at the waist. Keep the head forward for now. And as you find balance, you start looking back, rolling that shoulder back. And then bringing that down. So let's do that one more time each side. Pick up that left leg, reach, twist, up. Sometimes it's easier to just do it. Switch, up. Good, now take your right leg and go back. So we're from here to here. Let's do it again. Here to here. So the front hand is going up. The back hand's going into an oxtail. So fingertips together and up like that. Okay, so we're going to do, and we're looking back at that arm. Now this does not have to be stagnant. In fact, it shouldn't, because this is kind of, you know, these are our preliminary exercises for what somebody would do these before doing the Tai Chi. So what we want to do is kind of get into that deeper stance and maybe just kind of walk the foot forward, slide that foot back. So this is a split stance, right? So we're trying to get that length and opening in those inner thighs. Look back at your fingertips, rolling the shoulder back, squeezing the triceps. Breathe in, breathe out. So you can make a fist. You're kind of blocking and protecting your face and head and lifting on that back arm. And then we're changing sides. So all we're going to do is change the feet, rotate in that left foot, scoop under with the right, or no, we're going to go yin yang, and then other side. So now again, the other side, we can, looking back at your backhand, the fingertips all together, and you can keep the fan with the open hand or closed fist, it doesn't really matter. Walk it out into that split stance, breathe in, and breathe out. So riding the white tiger, that's what we're doing. I mean, see it. And now we're going to kind of turn the right foot in, slide the left foot halfway. Your left arm comes underneath, I think, underneath your right. No, your left arm comes across, right underneath. Then we pull and drag the foot into cat stance. Watch cat stance, because this can easily happen, and when it get the hip under, knee in line with the toe. And so natural palm is actually the name of this hold, is with this hand, finger comes down halfway, down your middle finger, and then hold a ball. Okay. Same thing with the other hand. Now the hand, the right side, right toes up, right hand is up. Left hand is pointing right underneath the elbow. So sink. We could sink a little deeper. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to take that right elbow, cross the left elbow, change sides. So we're going to change direction, slide the arms and set on the other side. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. And we'll come back out of that. Inhale, step together, and exhale. I think we have time to go through this one more time. And we'll just go through it as a flow. All right, so toe heels out. And let's inhale just to clear. And exhale, set. First movement of Tai Chi, we're gonna inhale, float the arms. Rising, rolling the ball, exhale, sink. Inhale, shift. Float those arms up. Rotate, exhale, pressing the wrist. Press down with that back heel. Then coming back in, lift up. Set, shift. Up with the arms, rotate that right. Press down with the right heel. Press, 7-pointed star. Left hand goes down, right hand goes up. Lift that back heel. Tuck the back knee underneath you. Squeeze and pressing heaven and earth with the twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to change, just yin yang the arms, shift to the right foot, pick up that left, drop your back knee underneath you, and hold. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, the arms go out, knees go in, heels go out, exhale, round. Inhale, come out, press, arch the back, exhale, tuck under, round, hug the tree. Inhale, go out, press, open the back. Exhale, round, hug the tree. Good, one more time. Inhale, press. Exhale, round, hug the tree. Good. Now shift to your left. Release at the right. Step over with the left. Turn the light bulb and sink. Other side. Inhale to rise. Exhale, right side, sink. Good, coming up, step, take your arms up over that right foot, or sorry, left, sweep over, and flex, open. Good, now we're gonna go over to the right, back over to the left, and step. Now we're going to shift to the right. Lower those toes so they're facing the screen. Pick up that right, left foot and reach. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. If you feel like you want to do this, you can skip and hop and lift right up to the other side. Almost made it. Or just change legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now send that right leg back. This goes up, this goes down. So look back at the fingertips and then walking maybe your foot forward a little bit. Change feet, change sides. Look back towards your tail. Now, slide in, or first push back into that left, turn your right toes in. Slide in, top, that left arm comes to top. Then we shift, cat stance, natural palm. Nice. Switch sides. Turn that right foot, right shoulder in, face the left wall. Slide, cat stance, natural palm. Good, step forward, inhale, bring that foot back, exhale to where we began. Very good. All right, so a little bit of a couple of for next time, preview. We're going to take that first stance and we're going to stylize it a little bit. So instead of, doing it face on, we're going to be doing it front and back. So I'm going to show you front ways and then sideways. This leg comes in and across, and then that leg goes back. And we got the same stance, except now you're seeing it from the side view. So if I do this from this direction, I'm going to step, and here's that same thing that we were practicing face on. All right, so what it looks like is this. I'm going to show you from the side. So what it looks like is this: step with the left, step back with the right, turn to your, so I'm going to do left side, which is my left side, not the right side anymore. My left side, I'm pulling back and going into push both arms. So that's our first stance. Very similar, just the arms are different. The way we get into it is different. Then swing and punch. Then this is the same. And this is the same. Then this goes into bow and arrow arms, but the stance is the same. And comes back open. And then this one is a little different. So we're going to be turning all the way around. And we go out. And come up, go all the way around, and go out. Then, other side. Then we come up, and we're actually going to be facing this way, and then this way. Then goes right into that, switching sides, and step. Nope. And this, and then close. So legs are pretty much doing the same things, just different way of getting into it and changing the arms. So it's more of a flow, and it will end in each direction. So if you're starting here, we end here, starting again, and then we'll end again, and starting again, and we end again. So we'll make that full circle. And that's it. So Tuesday we'll do that again and see how it goes. So we can clear 3 breaths, inhale and exhale. And in and out. And in and set. All right.